Sup, nerds, and welcome back to Norland. Well, we have come a bit of a long way. We have a population that is starting to approach the hundreds. We have a few criminals that are going to need to be dealt with, but I'll probably set up some more patrols now that our military strength is going up. The church is iffy towards us as we get a little stronger, but coming from that founding of a brand new town to this, feels so good. Our alcohol supplies are stable to the point where we're probably going to have people finishing up in the brewery soon. We're starting to make weapons and armor that are filtering out to our warriors and our people. Believe, yeah, there now has some great armor. The real tragedy right now is that Radover is he's on his last legs. Radover has been our commander for quite some time, but he's on his deathbed bearing the scars of so many victories, and really wishing he'd had a wife. It's an unfortunate reality that he did not, nor did his brother Vitorad, but in exchange, the next generation is coming up strong. Thera is looking really just like she's going to be a tremendous queen. She'll need to get some training in her manners and everything else, so we're going to focus on socialization with her when she gets the throne. Right now, she's already going to go visit Radifer. I'll just turn this on, at least keep him moving a little bit. But she's smart as a whip, knows almost everything from the research, is picking up what she can from her elders before they go, and is just going to be a really strong figurehead to lead everything. Aelion here, also really brilliant. Plamena, also really brilliant. What we're going to have this next generation focus on is trying to bring in somebody who can fill in some of these gaps. We need a trader, we need a commander, we need people who are going to be able to flesh out more of those things. So we'll look for that in spouses when the next generation fully comes of age. But this is sort of the transition period. One generation moving on to the next. First one built something glorious. Let's see if we can keep it. Probably will, looking at our military, which has become so much stronger than it used to be. Not all the warriors are happy, of course, but they're getting used to the new life and will bring more in as we need to. Our economy is booming. We have tons of hops and rye to the point where I might just make yet another brewer, except I don't have anybody to sell the beer to. I just don't. The only things that people around are looking for are mostly iron products, which, frankly, I don't want to sell those. I want to keep those for ourselves. So we're going to just kind of stabilize now, and then maybe the next step is some conquering. I don't know. There's this place down here that have declared themselves our enemies. They might be some people that we want to keep on our side. Our migrants have just arrived, so our last expansion is already covered. I do know, though, the next thing I want to build right around here is a pig farm. Pig farms are going to take rutabaga and convert them into meat at a rate of about 2 to 1. I think that's fine. I think we have so much rutabaga that it makes sense to get that going. So we'll grab this, put it down, keep this in the smelly area of town as is appropriate. And I'm going to also take this opportunity now that we have so many people here to get some roads going out and connecting back up to our main city. Just sort of group this all up. I do like that unintentionally I have managed to make kind of an inorganic winding road, or rather an organic winding road, which doesn't look like a planned city. It looks very naturally put together. That happens. Medieval cities are mostly like this. You don't get the grid pattern that you see in like New York and my own city, Portland. But yeah, for now, I think the goal is bring the migrants in, boost up the economy, get the pig farm going, and start getting weapons and armor and shields and getting our soldiers ready to do some real work out there. We do have bandits coming for Fairhaven that we'll have to deal with at some point. Coming from Lacria, we'll get a warning when they're on their way. We'll probably send Tessia to deal with that. And we are getting some issues with like our allies are about to be attacked. So we have some military problems to deal with. We have Tessia here to handle those at least briefly. But actually, maybe we'll send Thera. Maybe we'll send Thera. Would be good to get her started in combat. And she's frankly better than Tessia is. Yeah, we'll send Thera to lead it and have Tessia supplying more. Oh, we have the king of a nearby place hanging out, talking to Silumir. All right. And we have the trader coming in. Let's see what kind of money we can make. Well, we're not going to make money. Instead, we're going to learn how to make swords. We'll sell off excess hops, rye, moonshine, all things that we can make so much more of so quickly. I do want to get a third brewer, try to get more beer being made. We have all of these hops and rye. We need to at least be getting to a point where we have an excess. I'd also like another mill to make more flour. So as we get more people, those are going to be the next things after the pig farm. But being able to make swords is going to be wildly good for some of these fights. I think swords in general 10 times stronger than the spear, 5 times stronger than the mace, and twice as strong as the axe if they don't have armor. We could get axes as well, but right now I'm not focusing on that. That will be our next big upgrade. We should also start getting paper workshops and so on here soon as well. But for in terms of food, we want the meat production, and in terms of weapons, we want the swords right now. Those are the next stages, getting the axes. Well, Doverboard did not wait for our assistance, so the Marauders are now no longer something we need to think about. Alright, we won't think about it then. Alright, Lacria has made their army to loot the village. Let's pull up our own defense. I'm actually a little worried I waited too long here. And this is our village that gives armor. So, yeah, Yumila is incredible. 6 command, 7 combat. She's ready to go. We'll bring everyone all the armor possible, all the weapons possible. Just a couple bows and arrow rather. I love this. This is by far the best army we've had. So we'll also bring Tessia in. Oh no, this is Humila. What am I doing? Hang on. Okay, so 5 and 5 is Thera. I did not know Humila was that good nowadays. I'll keep her training people, I guess. But anyway, same thing. We want to bring up the number of bows in particular, I think, just because we have that buff to archery. Although, if they have a lot of heavy armor, what do they have? What does this squad have? They've got some archers, some knives, and some people with axes. So, yeah, I think some more archers is good. Anyway, and just as we go, Radover has passed on. Beautiful end for a brave warrior. Got to die in bed, safe after keeping his world in shape. Funeral will take place. It's a shame that Thera will be gone for it, but his brothers will be there. His kid will be there. Thera's often moving. We do have that buff to be able to move faster. I think we have 100% army speed movement buff, but I probably should have sent this army quicker. Off they go. The race has begun. I actually think Thera will get there first. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. Got there just in time. Thera is here, ready to go. Warriors are coming in. Let's see what happens. Also noticing Faraduk has gone, another noble house. The Unholy Horde is close. It's right over here. So I think being ready to handle that and push back on that is the first thing we need to make sure we're good on. There's still 3 provinces before they get to us, so we'll have plenty of warning. But starting to notice it's creeping in close enough that I'm a little concerned. But here comes this fight. We're going to go fully defensive, protect our archers, target their archers. They have 2 different squads, but I'm fine with our people shooting as soon as they can. And actually, them being split into 2 squads is really good for us. They have a ton of people without armor, it looks like. So, giving us more time to throw arrows at them and keeping the people with axes back. How many of them don't even have weapons now that I look at them? Okay, there's some archers around. Okay, they actually have more archers than we do. Maybe we change tactics and we go for that. Yeah, let's just go in. Rahera is already down. The enemy has lost their commander. That's huge. I'm really worried about these axe users. But their numbers are dropping. They're starting to surrender. Lost someone. He's alive, he's just down. This is so chaotic. Come on, Thera. Crush through them. Maybe we should have turned and dealt with the archers. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to make that call right now. Nope, not protect, target the archers. Enemy commander surrendered. Think we'll be okay. Stop worrying about them, go target the archers. And this group now. Come on. Head in. Rough fight, but it looks like we pulled ahead. And we won. So, whew, brutal fight. We'll get our tribute. We'll take a look. We lost 3 people, it looks like. But some of our strongest are still there, and Thera got some pretty valuable experience. So, got some migrants. We can restore those numbers if we have to, especially from the prisoner population. And here's the funeral for Radover. Goodbye, sweet prince. Our squad's back home. Thera has the joy of a victory. She took a bunch of bruises, but honestly, she's fine. Yeah, I love to see that. Can she be the one to manage this now? Yes, she can. And I'm also going to put her in charge of the pig farm down here. Just to start getting her management skills up. We'll upgrade the pig farm right away as well. Looks like Tezia is about to take on one of the cutthroats. She has a spear, dude. What are you thinking? And Vitorad's right there? Oh, my dude. Yeah, I don't know what you thought was about to happen there, but it was going to be that. It was always going to be that. So we are down to 6 warriors, 4 fell in noble service, which means, well, we have 3 prisoners here who were once bandits. In fact, we're just going to turn all these prisoners into warriors. Some of them aren't going to like that. They can deal. This is punishment for engaging in crime is risking your life for the king and maybe being willing to lead a rebellion against him because now you're the ones with the weapons. We're not going to tell them that part. We're out of medical salve, so we'll need to make sure that we're making some, but we're starting to get an excess of herbs and we are upgrading everything. So should come about in time. Well, we've got some little piggies here. Hey guys. So how this works is that every so often they'll all be slaughtered. We'll get a wealth of meat and we'll throw that into the market. So it's kind of just like a farm. Aelion and Plemena are not being educated. Why not? Well, Plemena doesn't have anybody who's supposed to be Oh, because they were learning from Radover. All right, why don't you learn economic skills? Well, who can you learn from? Why don't we do warfare skills from Thera? And then Aelion is 18 now, actually. So Aelion should not be trying that. Aelion should be becoming a lord here in time. Has that happened yet officially? Or we look at the log? Should be any moment now. We can turn Aelion into Aelion will be a lesser lord, and then we can promote them, filling up these slots and bring a wife in for them, honestly. Our neighbors are fighting. I think I'm okay with that. It is theoretically coming to time for me to look at expansion, but we only just got a new wave of warriors that have to be trained. We're still working on getting armor made for everyone. So, while that's going on, not quite yet. Not quite yet, but soon. We could probably get a few more spears made if they're looking for things to do. Let's take a look at our production chains. Yeah, let's go ahead and make 10 more spears and 5 more maces. Oh, I can make heavy armor now. Due until 6, we need steel for those, so I think it's time for the smelting furnace. Once we are able to field full armies with heavy armor, we are going to be a terrifying force. I didn't even realize I had somebody who knew how to make that. Huh. Oh, a monument. We can make a little grave for Radover. Oh, that... Yeah, we're definitely doing that, right? We'll make this area up here by the farm's grave so that all the peasants know. There it is. Noble Lord knew too much, and that was his downfall. No, he just died. He just got old game. I don't think that was designed with the idea that people are going to die of old age. So, Aelion, are you still not being educated? Oh, yeah, you're 18 now. There we go. So, we know he's an adult now because he has a beard. We're going to give him a title and hope that he does not become the heir. I think I should still go to Thera, frankly, but we'll find out. If there is an issue, we're going to have old doddering Silamir tell Thera directly that she is the heir. So Aelion has been promoted. He's got the title, but he has not been turned into the heir. That's perfect. What we do want is to marry him. And I think Mita over here, who is what? She's only 22? 4-year age difference? She is a puppet to Osertep, who is her friend and idol. What sins does she have? Just cruel joke. And her stats, she's a fantastic socialite and traitor. That's exactly what we need more of. She may be Tanaya, but I think we want to marry her. Mita married to Aelion. It's going to be 892 gold, so we're going to have to start bringing our money back up. But that is so absolutely completely worth it. And we're going to have some emigrants from Vasna coming here because of this war. Because these marauders honestly would have been too much for us to handle anyway, looking at them. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm glad we kept people behind to protect our lands instead. Sorry, Dobrabor. Sorry. Number of migrants coming in is going up. We just got 4 in. We still need 2 more for work, but that is good. And Aelion and Mita are now engaged. Fantastic. We're in now good relations with Sophia over here. And yeah, I see no reason to be upset about any of this. Fantastic. If we can get a knight of some kind to marry to Thera, that is going to be the ideal. But it's going to be a bit. We have our full slot of lords. Basically, Silamir is going to need to die first. Can only have 6 active major lords in. We might be able to still keep somebody as a minor lord, but she's coming home to work with us. So I just took a look at our neighbors. Ugarad's army is all of 5 people, most of whom are unarmed. Like, that's pretty pathetic. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's 13 people. Never mind. Vosna's pretty weak, but Vosna's been our friends. There's a little bit of an alliance going on there as well. They've got the Siva in. I think we want to train up to be prepared to take on Ugrad and then start expanding up into these areas. I would like us to become strong. I think it's time to start looking at and playing the international field here. Looks to be a great day. We have a battle of ragged ones coming into our city, and we're gonna have a wedding later. So it's a fight and a wedding, a fight and a wedding. Mita just came in, and she's running from the ragged ones who are showing up, but not to worry. The other kids are a couple years away from getting to the point where they're going to be in this fight. Looks like Clementa inherited all of Red Over's rings, which makes sense. She's gonna be interesting figuring out what to do with her. I might marry her off. She's the one who was a bastard. Yeah, well, maybe worth it. She's definitely worth something. Radomil here. named after his uncle. Well, he's going to be a brilliantly persuasive person, so we'll see what we can do there. What is Aelion talented in? Nothing? Really? There, are you talented in anything? No? How do we get talents? Looks like it's just kind of random. Huh, too bad. Anyway, we have a fight to do. So Thera and her brother are going to put together a full little army here. They're going to gather in Thera's house. Aelion's going to be involved. Does he have gear? Should I have involved him? He does not. This is a little risky, not gonna lie, but we'll get them out. Warriors are armed and ready. It's just ragged ones. It'll be okay. We'll send them up north here to where the ragged ones are attacking. Here we go. And let's just watch this play out. If he dies right before he's about to get married, I've made some terrible mistakes, but I think it'll be fine. All right, here comes the battle. It's 2 squads against this one. We'll go ahead and deal with this one first. And with the amount of melee strength we have, we're just going to charge in. And hopefully Aelion just stays back because, you know. Hey guys. Attack. Oh. Guess we're beating up this squad first, and this poor archer's gonna have a little bit of a rough time of it. Sorry, man. Don't know why they abandoned you there. One commander down. Yeah, this fight's going about how I thought it would. Had a couple people drop, but nobody's super injured. Ragged ones don't have that much to them. And even Alion's getting some good combat training here. Come on, last one. There we go. They keep getting up and trying to fight back, and I don't understand why they don't just give up. There we go. Aelion became the Grim Sword. Fight's done. We'll just bind up whoever we can and then let this finish up. A lot of prisoners we just captured. Alright, once that's all done, we'll disband the army and let people just handle this. Alright, Aelion, you're the Grim Sword, huh? Why are you the Grim Sword? Just series of convincing victories? Alright, that's a pretty cool nickname, I'm not gonna lie. Either Thera just fell in love with Vitrat or Vitrat just fell in love with Thera. I'm not sure which direction, and I'm not thrilled about that. So, if we look at some of these stats, what are we seeing here? No, no. Either way, not frankly ideal. We just learned how to make swords. I think they're probably going to require steel as well. Yeah, they are. So we'll put in an order for them, but we need to make a smelting furnace next. Right now we don't have the population to account for all that. It's starting to get up there. We need to make a new dormitory in preparation for more people coming in. I should probably start thinking about making some peasant housing. I think it's better to just be a little defensive there. Oh, village defense needed. Okay, Lacria is going to attack there again. I don't know why after how that last one went. Sure, guys. If this is really a war you want to fight, sure. I did lose a warrior. They should be able to buy everything they need. Yeah. They're getting paid. I'm not sure Why we just lost someone? Probably just death. Maybe that archer who had a bad time of it. We probably have too many prisoners. Can I recruit one of them in to be a warrior? Any of them any good? Wow, that's a lot of really nasty wounds. Congratulations, you're now a warrior. Rest of you, good luck. Good luck. Really need more salve, so hopefully the trader comes tonight and I can just buy as much as I can. We're going to go ahead and build the smelting furnace. We're close enough to a decent level of production, and with the migration today, that it should be okay. We'll upgrade that immediately because we need the weapons. Oh, we're short of iron. Oh, I might need to start buying iron when we get a trader in today. For now, soldiers have inflamed wounds. The church is discontented with us. Why? Just need. Okay, we need to build a temple. I've been trying to avoid doing this for a while. Some of you might have noticed that it was there. Um, I'm trying to not be too close to the church, frankly, but it's sounding like the church wants us to be close to them. And maybe, at least temporarily, that could be a good idea. So we'll get the iron mine going, get that expanded. We're getting shipments of iron in. One just came in. I can tell because we have that plus 30. So some of it's going to go out, some of it's going to be smelted. Right now, we're going to have Thera go ahead and manage this. When Fitrat dies, we're going to need to probably assign Mita here, our new wife, who should have just gotten married. I think it happens today that they get married. And we've hit 100 people. I'll take it. Aha, here we go. The wedding is beginning. Let's watch this. As Aelion and Mita come together and begin a new generation. Silumir has blessed the union. Everybody's going to visit with Brandolph. I imagine this kind of thing will take place in the temple when I've built it. Right over here looks like a good temple spot. But until such time. Well, okay, we're doing a trade in the middle of this, I guess. That is also very important, frankly, because we're running out of money again, and I don't want to be in that position anymore. There's temptations for other things that we could buy. I can sell some rutabagas now as well. But for the most part, I'm just looking to get some money in the treasury now. 999 should resolve our problems there. Looking around at the trade deals, again, I don't want to sell these to anyone. The things that they're asking for. Back to the wedding. Mita and Aelion here in their wedding robes, which I just realized Aelion went to war in his nice wedding clothes. Perfect. We have a daughter, Free Lord. That's not what we need right now. And there we go. The wedding has been completed. Mita and Aelion here are married, and I'm sure are going to go off and do some things in Aelion's house here soon. Does Mita need her own home? No, it looks like she's fine. Okay, so it really is Thera is in love with Vitorad. I don't enjoy that. But I guess temporarily go off. You don't have a husband. So your weird uncle, this guess there really is some Game of Thrones and Crusader Kings in this. I think with that wedding, we're getting to a pretty good stopping point for this episode. We've really started expanding everything out. We've dealt with some pretty severe fights. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.